Tuesday, the day before Wednesday, and the one right after Monday. We're getting through it. Hope everybody's having a good early start. Maybe you're listening to this later. I don't know. But something was said, and Blaine brought this up, that we just can't let slide. I don't care if it's 6:30 in the morning or not. Who said what now?
So Jack Harlow apparently came out and claimed himself to be the second best white rapper.
Did you see him do this?
Yes.
Jack Harlow?
Yeah.
That's the guy who did the college game day picks last season?
Yeah, he said he's the second best white rapper ever.
Yep.
Man, get out of here, dog.
Who y'all got?
Not even close.
Who y'all got?
So we're talking right behind Macklemore at number 2. Is that what we're talking?
David, get out. Like, I'm going to tell you, like,
what?
You get off
I'm kidding.
What?
Yeah, I'm kidding.
What?
I'm kidding.
Macklemore just talks while beats in the background.
Is there more of a lock than Eminem at number 1 in this category?
Oh, that's not.
The gap.
The gap is huge.
Like,
Eminem.
It's bigger than
Michael Jordan, greatest ball player.
Might be the best rapper ever.
Yeah.
Lyrically.
So second, if we're talking about white rappers, my personal, I've got to go Yellow Wolf, man. It's either Yellow Wolf or Little Dicky or Paul Wall, right?
You were saying
Paul Wall over both.
I don't think that's a bad take. It's not Jack Harlow.
I hadn't heard Paul Wall in a long time.
Mike Grills.
Like
Paul Wall, man. When I was coming up through high school, that was
too.
That
was that dirty Texas music.
But Jack Harlow, look, I appreciate the confidence. I'll never get somebody mad at me. You're wrong. Like that performance he had on game day was, I don't know another way to describe it. It was just lame.
Can he rap though?
Ooh, Mac Miller.
There's one.
Max not 2.
Max 2.
Max not 2.
For sure.
Max not 2. Max a solid 3.
He's 2 to me.
Max a solid 3.
Does Jack Harlow have good songs?
Couple. Tyler Hero's a banger.
Tyler Hero's good. I'm not saying Jack Harlow's bad. We're talking about top 3 of all time in the white rap game. Well, I never thought I'd put those words together. No.
B-Rad G.
Vanilla Ice had one song.
B-Rad G.
No, look. Old boy from Trailer Park Boys.
Clean it up with some comments.
Look, B-Rad G. Y'all got guns. Made me want to run. I mean, I ain't having no fun. Be like, I'll be the hot dog and y'all be the bun. That's $1 million song right there, David. College football's 12-team playoff schedule format has been released, and it could lead to more weekday games. The 76ers shocked the Celtics and pretty much everybody else in Game 1, and the Devils advance in the Stanley Cup Playoffs after taking out the Rangers. I'm Jake Crane. Welcome to the Tuesday edition of Crane & Company. Now, we all love championship games, and even if our team of choice isn't in it, most of us are still going to watch, which is why I still can't understand us playing the national championship game in college football on a Monday. I get the NFL playoffs run the weekend, but if we have to play on a weekday, then why the hell did you guys choose Monday? Nobody likes Mondays. We all have work the next day. We're coming off the weekend. And to me, to put it plainly, it's un-American, and we need to fix it. Now, if only there was a day during the week where everyone could relax and enjoy the game without the prospects of work, or even worse, a hangover at work the next day looming over them. Well, turns out there is. It's called Friday. Why not play it on Friday? Everyone loves Fridays. Hell, there's a popular restaurant chain named after how much people love Fridays. I just don't understand how all of you rich, educated people get together and decide, hey man, how can we put the screws to the American public the most? I've got an idea, Mr. Vanderbilt. Let's play the championship game on a Monday. Now, to me, I don't like to complain without offering alternatives. I think there are 2 choices in all. You either play it on Friday, like I said, or you make the Tuesday following the national championship game on Monday the holiday. Now, most people would say you need to make Monday the holiday, but you're not digging deep enough. You really got to crunch the numbers. I would much rather have the next day to recover than have a day of buildup only to go into work the next day. Now, I don't care what president is in the White House. You guys just need to make this happen. You've forgiven student loan debt from people that didn't pay it off. Good credit is now bad credit. The least you can do is throw us a bone for the damn Natty. Figure it out.
Throw us that bone, baby.
Bring in David Cohn. I'll throw him a bone. And my brother, former Western State Colorado wide receiver, Blaine Crane. Guys, nobody can give me a good argument. They're like, oh, well, the NFL plays on NFL playoffs Saturday and then Sunday. Okay, I get that. Totally get that. Why don't we play it on Friday? Please, I'll hang up and listen.
If the national championship is big enough to create a holiday on a Tuesday, like you're saying, then just play it on the weekend, on a Saturday. But let me break down the season real quick for this 12-team new college football playoff scheduling format. So we know the last game of the regular season, rivalry week, is on Thanksgiving, which means the next week after that is your conference championships. That's the first week of December. The week after that is always slated for the Army-Navy game, which is a time-honored tradition. It's always played by itself, which means the earliest you could play this first round of games, which we know now are going to be on campus, which I think is great.
I love it.
Exciting. That's the Friday, Saturday of December 20th and 21st. So that's 3 games. They're talking about maybe playing one on a Friday night, a couple on a Saturday, something like that. The quarterfinals are the Sugar, Fiesta, Peach, and Rose. So that'll be on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, which is what the semifinals used to be. Think about Buckeyes and Georgia last year on New Year's Eve. So then you have the semifinals now moved to that time slot that used to be the national championship, except they're talking about either a Thursday and or a Friday night of January 9th and 10th, which means the national championship game, because they still want to have it for some reason on a Monday, be January 20th. So again, to your point, I don't understand here. Either one, just go ahead and compete with the NFL, which you know they won't do, but let's really make people decide. Just put the national championship game on that Saturday and the semifinals on that Saturday, and let's figure out what people want to watch, which you know they won't do, or just go ahead and pick that Friday night to play it, and then don't give a full 10-day turnaround for the national championship. If you're going to play the semifinals on a Friday night, which they're talking about now, play the national championship 1 week later. Why do we need 10 days to play it on a Monday night?
Nobody can give me a good reason. I'm sure somebody on social media will be like, well, this. No. There's not a good reason why we don't play this on. Imagine that. Imagine Friday, college football national championship game. Rest of the weekend, NFL playoffs. Greatest weekend ever. But we don't. And I don't know why.
Or you could move the season up 1 week, which who doesn't want to get to college football quicker? But that still doesn't solve the Monday night championship game problem.
It's the worst idea ever, and whoever did it should be exiled. I don't know if we exile people anymore. I think you either just throw them in jail or extradite them back to where they committed the crime. But we need to find out whoever did this. I don't care who they are. I don't care if they're a commissioner of a league. They need to be exiled from the United States.
All right, I did it.
David, I'm
you
sorry.
did it, David?
I'm sorry.
All right, good. Hey, he's in
It's a real
here.
get off my lawn type of moment for me.
Yeah, go ahead and send in the team. Let's get him.
College football games belong on Saturdays. All right? I don't care what game it is, the first game of the season, conference championship, bowl game, or national championship.
What about Maction?
Even Maction. All right?
Maction?
I want college football on Saturdays. Because Saturdays for what?
The boys.
It's for the boys. And college football and beer drinking and tailgate. I can't go drink beer and tailgate on a Thursday. All right?
Really?
I have to wake up and do stuff Friday morning. Like get up at 5 and come do a show and talk about things like this. College football belongs on a Saturday, and then that goes into what? 8 hours of me sitting on a couch watching my fantasy team disappoint me on a Sunday. All right?
So you're not
There's
for
a
any
routine
weekday
to
games?
Huh?
No weekday games like
No.
you said, Maction? No
Want games on Saturday.
Well, Wednesday night?
As many games possible.
See, I don't want to conflate the two. I'm talking about the national championship game or even the semifinal. Hell, I'll do you one better, David. Any of the playoff games. Any of the playoff games. Because if we're going to do college football on Saturday, that means you can only play bowl games on Saturday. That's never going to work with the amount of bowls. I like going through the week of the regular season and saying, hey, guess what? Monday Night Football in the NFL, I'll take that. Not a championship game. Tuesday, Maction, once it happens, great. Wednesday, Fun Belt, Sun Belt, I'm down with that. I just don't want the championship game. You can flood. I wish they played a college football game on every day.
How about Friday nights during the fall?
Love it.
To see, traditionally, I'm against Friday night football games for college because of high school. And actually, I really appreciate Jim Harbaugh stepping up and saying this years ago when he first took the head coaching job at Michigan, like, leave Friday nights for high school football teams so you don't have to force people who want to watch,
understand that.
Notre Dame or USC play a Friday night game when their children may be playing a high school game that night. So traditionally, I'm in favor of leaving that slate open for high school. But we're talking about January for these games.
Yes.
So you wouldn't be competing with high school games because they're already done with their championships. So when it comes to the semifinals and the finals, if we can't play it on a Saturday, then pick the Friday night.
Somebody in the comments, give me a reasoning why we played on Monday. I don't want any corporate BS or whatever because it's not true. You'd make just as much money, if not more. Think about if your team was playing out in Scottsdale and you're from Auburn. You're playing on a Friday, which means I can go out there, let's say on Thursday, watch the game Friday and stay the weekend if I want and leave on Sunday. Now, if I want to go watch the national championship game on a Monday, I got to fly out there during the weekend, wait all day, watch the game Monday night, and then have the rest of the week to have to go work. You're screwing us. That's what you're doing. And I'm tired of it. I'll die on this hill. There's not a lot of hills I'll die on. I'll die on this.
Is there a lot of dills you would die on?
No, I'm not a dill guy. I'm a bread and butter pickle guy.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Wickle guy as well.
Love Wickles.
Yeah, it's great.
The best
Phenomenal.
pickles there are. But speaking about the best.
Great. Love them.
Never had one.
Fantastic.
Don't lie to my face.
Speaking about the best, Cone's not a pickle guy. We're not going to, I don't want to go down that road. But, Blaine, you went down with our friends at Good Ranchers.
I did.
The best meat company in the world right now. And you had a fantastic time.
Phenomenal.
And they won. Okay?
Because of me.
I heard it was
And
because
Scotty. Scotty.
A little bit of Scotty.
Well.
Scotty
A lot of
drove,
people say
but-
Scotty doesn't know, but Scotty knew.
Yeah.
He knew.
But they didn't just win the race. And again, we talk about this all the time. We have ad reads and we love the sponsors that we have. This one is one that we use all the time. I've still got a freezer full of Good Ranchers that I'm just trying to put a dent in because I got the butcher's box and it's awesome. This is the perfect time of year to change the way you buy meat. All right. And summer is here and Good Ranchers wants to give you what you've been craving, a nice summer steak on the grill. Can you hear that sizzle already? I can. It makes me want a New York strip. It's not even 7 o'clock in the morning. Okay. And they're giving you $240 worth of free bacon. Okay. I don't know another way to put that's not going to make you as excited as you've ever been about anything. A year's worth of bacon. Do you know 100 years ago how much that's worth? Who knows? Probably more than gold.
Effort you
all right. I don't know what your favorite steak is. All right. Mine's literally every steak I get from Good Ranchers. I started out, it was the strip. Then it was the bone-in ribeye. Now I got the flank that I'm about to eat, which I'm really excited about. The all-natural burgers and the chicken is fantastic. We actually brought some out to the horse show where Reed was showing.
The chicken or steak?
The chicken.
Okay.
We put the chicken out there and grilled it up. It was absolutely fantastic. All right. Like I said, they have ribeye strips, all that stuff. Plus, it's all $30 off with our code BOOSTER at goodranchers.com. All right. Go to goodranchers.com. Use our code BOOSTER. That's BOOSTER for $30 off any box. Get the butcher's box. Remember I said that. That's promo code BOOSTER at goodranchers.com. American meat delivered, free bacon, $30 off, great meat. It's grilling season. Everybody wake up and get excited. It's Good Ranchers. They're winning races out here.
I had their chicken last night for the first time.
Really?
Chicken breast. Darby
Really
put
good.
it in the air fryer, actually. It was fantastic.
My uncle got one of those. He swears by it.
I haven't used it. Darby Lou's been using it. Last night we put the Good Ranchers chicken breast in there. It was awesome. But imagine having a company and you decide to sponsor a race car and you go out and win your first race.
I trust
you probably know how to, get the steak to me.
Yeah, I trust you instantly.
Great people, right?
Yeah.
Great meat. Great at racing. Yeah. As well. I tell you what, experience I'll never forget. Do I take a little pride in being there? Damn sure, right? But just the environment, like, one, I want to be the #1 selling meat show when it comes to Good Ranchers. All right, so you go. What is it? #booster.
No, it's promo code BOOSTER.
Promo code BOOSTER. Go type that in. Crane & Co. on top. That's what we need. All right, I look to the guy who runs Team Penske. I told him, give me 3 weeks. All right, I'll be your best damn driver. You got it.
I don't know if we want you.
You're crazy enough.
I'll do it.
You are crazy.
I'll be
enough.
screaming the entire race. Someone help me, but I'll do it.
I love it. Let's go to the Booster Club.
Let's go to Lindsay's husband.
Oh, really?
Got some things to say.
Okay.
All right. So the last day of a Christmas break when I was in school was the Monday of the national championship. I would watch the game and then be so upset after because I knew he had to go back to school.
It's the worst. It is the worst, and I hate it.
Okay, let's go to. We got some donation here real quick. Ryan Gay, $10 donation. After only 159 days after Tommy John, Bryce Harper is entering back in the lineup 2 months earlier than expected. Will the Phillies make a run to give the Braves a run for their money?
No. Y'all got lucky one time, blew it against the Astros.
Be honest here.
I don't think the Phillies.
Bryce coming back, feeling great.
Great.
Who else they got?
All the other guys.
Yeah.
Brian Howard.
Aaron Nola. That's about it. Brian Howard, 50 years old.
I played golf in a T group behind him at a scramble.
Oh,
one time.
God. Did he?
Just letting balls fly.
Bro, I saw there's a shortstop. I think his name's Mason Wynn in the Cardinals organization that just set the record for a throw across the infield. He's throwing 100 across the infield.
From short? Wow.
Okay.
Raphael for call.
At first, you're like, wow, that's amazing. This is way harder than Raphael. When
really?
you watch it, it doesn't look real.
I thought Cruz from like
97. The most he sent is like 97.9. This dude hit
Did Elbow like crow hop into it? And like,
No. I've just got to show it. We'll show it and react to it.
Where's he playing?
He plays shortstop. He was in the Futures game last year. His name's Mason. He's a former pitcher.
He's throwing 100 from
He's throwing 100 across the diamond.
And Cruz was throwing 97?
And Cruz is 6'7". This dude's just looks like a normal cat. Like he's going to go pick up the grocery carts out in front of Kroger. But then he's going to throw it 100 miles per hour across the diamond.
Imagine being a 6'7" shortstop. And they were putting me at first base.
He's a creative player. O'Neal Cruz is a creative player for the Pirates. It's not really. I don't think he's real. I think he's AI. But that's a story for another day.
Let's go to Dakota Blackburn. What's up, Dakota? Hashtag Ask the Boys. Hit level 25 yesterday, fellas.
Hey, congrats, man.
Here we go.
Hey, you're a quarter of a century year old. Think about that.
Says, do you guys plan on doing a meet and greet or maybe a show with a live audience?
Yes.
First off, you just gave me a great idea with Good Ranchers, a meet and greet.
Meet and greet, baby.
We do. We already. Yeah, we're very forward. We're very forward thinking here.
All right, let's go to Mad Veg. Hashtag Ask Crane and Code. Do you think that all football games that are on Tuesday through Thursday should be banned by law? Are extremely humiliating hard at the people who scheduled it?
No. We're talking about regular season games, right? I'm talking about the championship game. All right, again, I want to make sure everybody understands this. During the regular season, fill my day up with football. I hope you play it if they invented an 8th day of the week, I hope you played on that. But when it comes to championship games, right? When do conference championship games play? On Saturday, right?
Yep.
They play on Saturday. I wonder why they do that. I don't know, because it's the smartest thing to do.
Does some of them play Friday night?
I think the Sun Belt, maybe.
I don't know.
Somebody plays on Friday, but Friday or Saturday or Sunday, I'm good with. I get the NFL deal with the national championship game, but play it on Friday. There's not a good reason to play it on Monday. Nobody's given me one yet. All right, nobody's given me one yet, but not during the regular season. I want it all the time during the regular season and on Friday or the weekend for the national championship game.
I agree. That Tuesday through Thursday.
It gets me through it, David.
Well, you can't watch, if all of the games are on Saturday, you can't watch all of them. I watch the MAC conference play more when they start action, when they're playing on
I love Thursday night football.
And then because of that, they get more eyeballs on their football game. So it's better for the kids. It's better for the program. I get to watch them. We get to talk about them and break it down. And to be honest, that's how I feel about the Friday night games too, if it weren't for the high school kids.
Yeah.
You know, like I won't mind the Pac-12 having games on Friday nights.
Can't forget about the children.
Let's go to Sandler 608. He says, the reason the game is Monday is because football fans are going to watch it, but non-football fans aren't home on Friday. Weekdays are better for ratings. Can't play Sundays because of the BYU rule. Also, they know people will watch football on Monday because of Monday.
He's right. He's right. ESPN, that's why ESPN's done that. And Jonesy has broken this down for us before.
Go ahead, explain it.
Well, Jonesy, who came from ESPN, has told us, like, ESPN and whoever gets the deal to it, it's not just them, they'll never move the game from Monday night because they know they're not going to put it on a weekend and be competing with the NFL, right? But they know that more people are going to watch it because, like, you may be complaining about it being on a Monday, but you're still going to watch it, and so am I. And the people who are going to be out of town or want to go do something else on a Friday night, they're going to get those Monday eyeballs.
Again, if you know I'm going to watch it on a Monday, how do you know I'm not going to watch it on a Friday? Like, how can you just...
You will, but some people won't.
So some people will watch... You're saying the people that won't watch it on Friday will watch it on Monday?
Yes.
See, I don't agree with that.
Yeah, there's some people who say, well, no, I'm not going to waste my Friday night on a college football game. Diehard college football fans will, but they can get all those eyeballs on a Monday because there's nothing to compete with it. Then there's no Monday night football then because you've started the playoffs.
So we're saying that because Friday leads into the weekend that more people aren't going to watch it?
That's what the thinking is.
There's got to be. There's got to be.
That doesn't make it. You can't. Just
And
because
I hate
somebody
it too,
that's in a position of power says something doesn't mean it's true. That's. I was born at night, but not last night. I know what people do on Fridays, and I know what they do on Mondays. How about this? If you're a restaurant, let's play this game then. When would you want that game played? On a Friday. Why? Because people will go out to eat and watch it. That's a lie. Anything that comes out of that 4-letter network, I don't believe for a second. I don't believe for a second at all.
I was got a feeling dangerous. 113.
The sports wing of the CCP.
$10 donation says weekday football is terrible. I know why the NFL does Thursday night football, but the product is not as good, and it doesn't interfere with my work, so I guess I'm kind of cool with it.
I'm fine with the regular season. That's where I stand on it. I'm fine with the regular season being played during the weekdays. That's great. Let's all hold hands and be excited. Hands across America. We're all friends. But let's play the Natty on a Friday night. Can you imagine Friday night with the boys?
Yeah.
Natty night?
I just pictured it, and I liked it.
And then Saturday's the next day?
The Natty on a
But why would you compete with that? That's stupid from a money standpoint. That'd be a dumb financial decision. It all works out on Friday. Because guess what? It's like Red Bayou says in The Waterboy. What is Daddy telling us better than 1 crawfish dinner? 2 crawfish dinners.
3, maybe.
Then maybe even 3. I don't know how hungry you are, but we can maybe make that work. But speaking about hungry, the chase for the NBA title's in full swing. And while the best in the NBA battle it out, you can get all the playoff action at your fingertips with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA and, wait for it, the NHL. How about that? Because new customers, right now, you download the app and sign up with our code BOOSTER. You can make a $5 bet and score $150 in bonus bets instantly. That is only at DraftKings Sportsbook with our code BOOSTER. So download that app right now. Guys, we got a ton going on. You got the no-sweat same-game parlays every day during the NBA playoffs. You can opt in and play same-game parlays on any NBA game, and if it doesn't hit, you'll get a bonus bet back up to $10. I've used a bonus bet. I've used the same-game parlays. Yeah. What I like is they're letting you build the same-game parlays on top of each other. Okay. It's called SGP, times or whatever. I haven't
seen that.
SGP plus?
Yeah, that's not.
All right, I'm going to have to get you to show me how to do that one.
Yeah, I'll show you how to do it after the show. But DraftKings, look, fast and easy payouts. No. Every time I ask to, withdraw money after I win, which is one of the top 3 feelings in the world, it's always there quickly. I never have to worry about anything, but I like the versatility of it. Whether it's live betting, whether you're, betting spreads, there's always a line there, and it's just the best sports book.
And it's a new month, boys. It is a start to the month.
It is a new month.
Look, man, you're running away with it already. Huh? Congrats, dude. Hey. Congrats. You want to do your speech?
Well, if y'all forfeit, sure.
No, I'm not forfeiting.
Oh, yeah.
These colors don't run.
Huh?
These colors don't run.
Don't tread on me.
Let's get to some playoff updates.
Let's do it, man. How about the 76ers without Joel Embiid shocking the Celtics?
I haven't been in this much shock and awe, since that time I lived in Iraq, but we don't talk about that. When going into the game, if you're the Celtics, who's the one person you can't let beat you? Like, this isn't a hard game plan. You're not having to diagnose, some form of the triple option with reverse option boots off of it and passes. Who's the one guy that can't cook you, David?
James Harden.
And James Harden, fear the beard. You know me, I'm a James Harden guy. Laugh if you want. Okay, laugh if you want, but I believe in this cat.
It's so random.
He drops 45 points. He has 2 steals, 6 assists, and 1 rebound. But it's when he hit the shots that matter the most. Every time the Celtics would kind of trickle away a little bit, James Harden would make a couple big plays. Some of the passes he made, the pass he made to Tobias Harris in the 4th quarter when he drove in there and kicked it behind him, and Tobias hit that big 3, who Tobias was clutch without Joel Embiid. They needed him. But how, if you're the Celtics? Forget the whole game up to the last possession, or until the 3 was hit by James Harden. How is Al Horford? And they asked Celtics coach Mazzulla about this. And he said, Al's one of our best defenders. Not on the perimeter. He's not. Al can't turn. He's like Derek Zoolander. He's not an ambi turner. Like, Al is not one of your best defenders in that situation. He should not be on James Harden. I don't care if they're switching or whatever. You have to find a way where that doesn't happen. But I want to make sure I give credit to the Sixers. And I don't think they should play Joel Embiid the second game. Why would you?
Might as well not.
Well, yeah, why would you? You already stole one. Why not let him get a little bit healthier? But this really, there's 2 problems here. It's that killer instinct in the Celtics all right, late in games that cost him in the finals last year. And then I'm worried about the coaching staff. Like, I know in the NBA, players, most of the time the players are the coaches, but the fact that you let that happen, and we'll talk about Malcolm Brogdon, but I want to make sure we give credit to the Sixers. Maxey really stepped up in the second half, but let's make no mistake, James Harden dropping a 45-piece, and then Melton going 5 of 6 from 3, hit some big threes, ended up with 17 points off the bench. But I mean, dang, God, this is the biggest shock to me in the NBA playoffs so far.
That's risky to not play Joel Embiid in game 2. How injured is he?
I just think he's beat up, man. I think it's I want to say it's his side. I remember he spent the whole game on the floor, the last game in the last series. But you've already won one. You're playing there again in 2 days.
Just go to game 3.
I mean, but you may win. I mean,
I'd rather sit him than rush him out there if he's not 100%.
If he's not, sure.
Right. So, I mean, the thing with me when it comes to the Celtics, and it goes back to last year as well, what do we always talk about when it comes to the Celtics?
Jason Tatum turning it down?
No, I mean, you got to think they made a finals run, right? You know what I'm saying? So they've gotten to the big dance, but the reason they got there is because of what? Defense.
Yeah.
Right? We thought they were the best defensive team in the NBA last year. They're coming in playing great defense this year. What I saw in this game was no defense at all. I mean, you gave up 30-plus points in 3 out of 4 quarters, right? You turned the ball over 10 more times than what the Sixers did. I mean, Al Horford is one of your best defenders, but there's not a lot of great centers who can defend on the perimeter, right? That comes
that's my point.
That comes to what? Coaching, right? What's your game plan to stop? And look, James has always been able to put the ball in the basket, right? That's not the knock on James Harden. It's just kind of his lackluster way of playing defense sometimes. Now, I don't think James is going to drop 45 points every game. I don't, especially with Joel coming back. But this was really big for the Sixers. The Sixers sooner or later have to get past this hump to get to the finals because they got a good enough squad. They really do, even without Joel out there. But just remember, y'all, the one thing I did like about what James Harden did, other than dropping a 45-piece, after they won the game, the 76ers were out there celebrating that they just won the series. James said, get your ass off the floor, get in the locker room. We got another game to go play. So maybe we're seeing James Harden grow as a player.
He's been there and lost those big games.
Well, and remember, the Bucks aren't here anymore. You beat the Celtics.
He knows
look, the Heat have been playing great. I don't want to take anything away from the Heat. We know how Jalen Brunson and the Knicks, when Julius Randle's healthy, how good they can be. But this is the biggest hump you got to get over to get into the finals. And looking at the West, if the Nuggets come out, like the last team you want to see is the Warriors right now, out of the West, in my opinion. I'd rather see the Nuggets than the Warriors right now, believe it or not. But I think James Harden, without Joel Embiid out there, stepping up and showing you that he's not over the hill. He can still drive. I mean, he was crossing guys over last night. Like it was young James Harden. It looked like Houston Rockets James Harden to me, but Blaine's exactly right. I thought the Celtics were a physical team. I thought the Celtics were a defensive team. They were good. They played good enough offensively to win last night.
Your stars played good.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why they turn the ball over so much. Usually great defensive teams don't struggle with turnovers. Usually it's high-flying offenses that are, that get careless with the ball in any sport, really. So that's a little surprising, and it was a problem last season that clearly hasn't been fixed. But the Malcolm Brogdon turnover at the end, it was like a water boy pass to me.
Here's the thing, is that one of those moments? And Malcolm won 6th Man of the Year. He's been playing great.
Great player.
But it's hard for me to trust you anymore at the end of the game when you did that. It's like, look, laces out, Dan.
Coaching.
People can say,
on coaching.
People were saying, well, Jason Tatum needs to take that shot before that. I mean, they were moving the ball around before the shot clock, but somebody's got to take the shot.
Well, either Tatum or Brown.
Put it up.
At the end of the day, and that comes back to what? Like, when it comes like the coaching in the NBA, you don't have to think up some amazing play.
No.
Right? The play's like, we're going to get someone in an isolation situation with my best player.
Yeah.
All right? And you know what? If he misses it, I can go home at night, put my head on the pillow.
Or if you double, kick it. That's the great part about having multiple guys. It's not like, all right, here we go. They got one great player, like we see in college sometimes, right? One possession left. You know who's taking the shot. But you've got Jaylen Brown and you've got Jason Tatum. You could stop there, but there are other guys that can create and score that are wide open. Derek White is a bucket from the outside if he's open. Marcus Smart has been shooting the ball decently well. You don't want him taking that shot, but he can make it. Al Horford,
he was popping threes.
Can shoot. I've watched Al Horford shoot the lights out since he played at Florida.
Even though there was one, he took 1 3 with, I think it was under 2 minutes or something. I was like, man, get down near the basket. We need high percentage plays right now. They got that rebound. Al Horford got the ball and put up a bucket near the goal.
And real quick, I don't want to hang on this too long, but I don't understand understand why they didn't use Robert Williams even more than what they used him. Every time they drive him, throw him the oop, he'd catch it and dunk it.
Yeah.
Every single time. There was no big down there that could handle him at all. I mean, last night, Tobias Harris was basically their big. Like, if you watched the way he was playing. So,
what's the one difference in the Celtics team from this year to last year? Head coach.
Yeah, that's true.
I like this Joe Mazzulla guy, though.
Well, I like him too, but he better start making better play calls in crunch time.
That's true.
Malcolm Brogdon shouldn't have the ball in his hands that late in the game. Y'all should be force feeding.
I put that, like, Jaylen
Williams.
Brown and Jason Tatum both touched the ball that possession, though, right? Didn't they?
But how did they touch the ball? That's the thing.
I mean, they touched it where they could have put a shot up.
Well, it's pretty simple. Here's what we do. Everybody get out.
Yeah.
Everybody get out on the perimeter, okay? It's 5 versus 5. There's no power playing basketball.
Yeah.
So we're either going to drive this thing one-on-one or drive, double, kick. Let's take the shot. Maybe we get a rebound. Maybe we draw a foul or something like that. There was a lot of different ways you could have gone about it last night, but huge win for the Sixers. I don't want to take anything
Should be
away
a great
from
series. Should be a great series. All right, Nuggets, Suns. So Nuggets go up 2-0 over the Suns, 97-87. Suns couldn't even crack 90 points.
What have I said with the Suns the whole time? They are a jump shooting finesse team. And when the jump shots are going in, they can score a lot of points, but they don't stop anybody. The one game where you actually keep somebody under 100 points, you guys couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. But that's what happens when all you are is a jump shooting team. DeAndre Ayton is not a force down low offensively. I know he was 7 out of 10 in field goals yesterday, but remember the way he scored them. Okay, these weren't huge field goals and huge moments. There was no setting the tone. There wasn't a ton of physicality. Here's what happened to the Suns last night. Kevin Durant went 2 of 12 from the three-point line. Okogie went 0 for 2. Ayton obviously didn't shoot one. Chris Paul got hurt. You had Devin Booker, all right, who dropped 35, went 4 from 8. That's great. Craig was 0 for 2. Payne was 0 for 4. Lee was 0 for 3. Y'all didn't shoot good last night. And the Suns can only win in one way. They win by making a lot of jump shots and outscoring you. They can't win a rock fight. They don't win a physical game. They are a very, very limited team when it comes to ways to win. But then look at the Nuggets, who shot the lights out in the first game. Jamal Murray couldn't miss. He was Hawkeye from the field. But the Nuggets couldn't score this game. But what happened? You have Jokic, who we know is a monster, who went for 39 and 16, but you played defense. That's what you did. You contested shots. You got guys like Aaron Gordon out there who's physical. Jokic, Jamal Murray can play physical. And Kenneth Caldwell-Pope is clutch, buddy. Yeah. It was huge in the first game. Came back, goes 4 for 4 from the perimeter in this game. But it's the Nuggets' identity versus the Suns' lack of versatility that is going to probably I don't see this series making it to 6. Phoenix may win 1 in Phoenix.
Well,
you could say this, that,
I'll
and the
always be
other.
weary of teams you lost 2 on the road. All right, I'm not gonna count you out because of that. All right, like this is one of the series I could see the Suns winning 2 at home. I could. The thing about the Suns is 1. All right, you don't really have an enforcer on your team. Okay, DeAndre Ayton. I think DeAndre Ayton is a finesse center.
He is.
That's what he is, right? Then you go to the other side. You have Jokic, all right, who doesn't believe in phones and rides horses his entire life. He's an enforcer. That's what he does. Kevin Durant, a finesse guy. That's what he's going to hit jump shots. He's almost 7 foot. He'll drive to the hole sometimes. But let me give you something that's not going to win you a lot of games, all right? Shooting 5 free throws. You're not going to win a lot of games in the NBA. That means you're not doing what? You're not driving to the paint. You're not working in the paint, all right? 2, shooting 18% from 3. If you're going to be the finesse team, you better shoot good from 3 mostly every game or you're not going to win a lot of games. You got beat in the paint by 20 points, okay? Yeah, when it comes to the playoffs, right, if you don't have a true 5, right, I'd rather you be less talented and just more of an enforcer than to be a finesse guy who's more talented.
Sure. Look at what happened to the Kings. Did not have a 5. Right, that was worth it. Sabonis, he's a 4, let's be honest. But I want to make sure, because Blaine brings up a good point. The Suns shot 5 free throws. What did the Sixers shoot? Like 6 free throws? You want to know why the Sixers didn't shoot a lot of free throws? Because they were making everything. Mm-hmm. The Suns couldn't hit the broadside of the barn and didn't go to a free throw line. That's a totally different story. Because what happens sometimes when the shots aren't falling? What do teams do? Hey, let's drive. Let's get to the line. Let's get physical. But not having that center or that enforcer down low, it's like not having a run game in football. Like you're just trying to trick everybody to be able to beat them. Having that centers that run game, because what happens again? Shots aren't falling. That's fine. Let's feed the big dog. Let's let the big dog eat. Because if he starts eating, what happens? That defense starts to collapse, and it creates more open shots. Because more times than not, high-level Division I or Division I in general and the NBA, you give them an open shot, they're going to make those. Yeah. They'll make them most of the time. But if not, maybe the pass game isn't working in football. What do? You go back to the ground, baby. Let's get physical. Physical.
If you're the Suns, if it's me, if I lose the series, it's time to blow everything up.
Like
DeAndre Ayton,
said that.
DeAndre Ayton, you're gone. Chris Paul, you're gone. Kevin Durant, you're gone. I'm keeping Devin Booker.
Okay.
All right. If you're going to build around anybody on this team,
I agree with
it's
that.
going to be Devin Booker.
I agree with that. Let me say this too. You said about, oh well, I'll never be shocked with a team losing 2 on the road. See, for me, it's not just that. You gave up 100 points to the Clippers in every single game that you played them, and they played most of that series without Kawhi and without Paul George. I'd be willing to make a pretty staunch bet that the Nuggets are not going to score under 100 points again for this series.
But the Suns can do what? They can hold them. They can hold them to under 100 points. They just did it on the road. You just didn't shoot well.
Well, again, I think you missed your one shot. Like, I think that this was an anomaly. I think this game was the anomaly of the series for the Nuggets offensively. Like, I don't think that's going to happen again. Because if you look, and we have to understand, remember that fourth quarter, the way it went. Okay, the Nuggets were down pretty much the whole game until the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter, that game slowed down a lot, and the Nuggets locked in, and what happened? The Suns scored 14 points in the fourth quarter. That tells me a lot, too. Let's not forget that. Let's go back to the Booster Club real quick, Dave, before we get to the NHL. I just want to...
Okay, we got a lot of donations I got to get to.
Well,
all right, Feeling Dangerous 113. This is from earlier. To clarify, I work a weird schedule, so weekday games just don't bother me as much. Look, brother, I get it. Let's go to David Neffelkamp. So the National Championship should be played on New Year's Eve holiday. College football only on Saturdays. January college football. Get off my lawn.
I don't hate that. I would like it all year, though. That's just me. I will say this, though. I complain about not having college football all year, but then I don't really watch the USFL or the XFL. It's just not the same to me.
No, it's not
David,
the same.
like if I stop drinking Coca-Cola, I'm not going to start drinking Diet Coke. I don't want to tease myself.
Diet sodas are terrible.
It's not the same. And look, it's all those months you go without having college football that make it great when September comes.
The anticipation.
All right, let's go to Sir of Potatoes. $50 donation. Appreciate it, brother.
Sir of Potatoes.
And he's only stating facts.
I love that.
Hashtag Booster Club. Big props for Blaine always reading the chat. Appreciate it, man. I work hard over here every day.
Congrats, you did your job.
Yeah. How about my monologue, man?
Can I have nice things? All right. Man of the people. Okay. Get over it. Squeeze Liberal, $5 donation. Says, come do a show in Oxford, and me and the boys will pull up for sure.
God, Oxford's never lost a party. Either. You don't have to convince me to go to Oxford. I mean, hell, Morgan Wallen can't even handle it there. Let me go there.
All right, let's go to Michael Glazener. Sorry, Blaine, but you're wrong. Restaurants want to play it on Monday because they're least busy night and it guarantees a packed house. They don't need help on already busy Friday.
Well, then why do we have Monday Night Football in the NFL? Why can't you use that Monday? We need to play it on Friday. You know what? I like the packed house on Monday, but during football season, right? And I know later once the playoffs start, they're not playing on Monday night. But you have Monday Night Football the whole time. I want Friday to be lit. Because you want to know what I want to happen the next weekend? I don't want people aren't coming back the next Monday to your restaurant. Like, hey, guess what? We're going to Sizzler again on Monday. The game's not on, but we're still going to go. No. On Friday, guess what? Natty's played on Friday. Go watch it at the sports bar, at the bar, at the restaurant. It's absolutely fantastic. Had a great time with the boys and Reed. I want to go next Friday. There's not a game on. That's fine. It's Friday. I'm going out. How about
That's
we go
what
out?
he's saying. Though.
How about we go?
He's saying like you're going to go, like the restaurants are already going to be filled on Friday because it's Friday night.
Yes.
If nothing's on. They want a big-time game to be played on Monday so people still go out and watch it at a restaurant. Isn't that what he's saying?
Do you not think, no, that is what he's saying, but do you not think you would draw more people in on Fridays, not just your normal clientele? So you have a one-off Monday? What's one good Monday going to do out of the whole year at your restaurant? Like, that's going to make that big. You know where I want people coming? On Fridays. I want it so packed, we got to add a level and a mezzanine and a fountain. And just we keep expanding. Then all of a sudden I own downtown Auburn. And I'm just making moves.
This went a whole different direction.
All right, let's go to the DGD podcast. $50 to shout Blaine out for
DGD?
Yeah, for shout Blaine out for reading. So proud of you, Blaine. Hashtag read this. Well, we'll see who wins the Natty this year, buddy. All right, let's go to...
And you took that personally.
Gopher Golfer. Beautiful looking badge.
Gopher?
Gopher Golfer. All right.
Gopher?
Gopher Golfer going golfing?
All right, we got this.
All right, let's go to D-Book was driving and was getting smacked around. The refs were choking on their whistle. We're not doing this.
No.
We're not doing this.
No, we're not blaming the refs on this. You know me. Nobody dislikes referees more than me.
It was the refs' fault, man.
Yeah.
Optimism.
They're easy to blame, that's for sure.
What's that one meme? It's
I'll
like,
get down
it
there
wasn't
with
the
you.
refs, but you go in there and make it about the refs.
All right, let's go to Tucker P. Cummings, 6112. Reason I love Cranico is because of the morning water cooler talk with the boys about sports.
Of course.
That four-letter word and these other shows are too corporate. I just want to hang out with the bros and talk about ball.
That's it. It's like, that's what I say about the show, man. Like, again, we all played. We were fortunate enough to coach. David grew up around the game, knows the game as good as anybody. Like, we feel like we can give really good sports analysis, but in a way where it's just not like, all right, Todd, now you tell us exactly how you feel about the new ruling on this. Or like, hey, guess what? If you voted Republican, you're the devil. Like, how about we just talk about sports and like not let men play in women's sports and use common sense? But I do that. That's what we want, man. It's the win the water cooler atmosphere. All right, one more, and then we got to get moving.
L4E says, Blaine, nobody can read the iPad better than you. Man, I appreciate it, guys.
He's a good.
I get a bunch of hearts in the chat. Bunch of hearts in the chat. Just love
Read
you guys.
good.
He reads good.
Walk good.
What did you say that? One time you're like, your kids, they walk good?
Kids. They walk good.
Talk good.
They talk good.
And said that's how he'd intimidate somebody. It's like, so, your kids, they walk good?
That's all you got to do. Bring the kids into it.
That's absolutely disgusting and
man.
hilarious at the same time. All right.
Lakers, Warriors. Let's preview this series here, boys, because this is a LeBron James, Steph Curry matchup. How many more of these are we going to get?
Look. No matter who wins this, all right, we really need to, and I know everybody in the chat probably hates LeBron James. Everybody who's watching probably hates LeBron James.
They do.
I get it. Look, I get it. All right? But really enjoy this LeBron versus Steph matchup in this series because you're probably never going to see it again. All right?
Do you think so, though?
There's a high possibility.
You mean in the playoffs?
In the playoffs. Well, yeah, series. So most time. Playoffs. You know, you go 2015, 2018, you know, these guys were going at it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Every year.
Every year.
And it's so fun to watch, right? But I'm just saying, like, LeBron, no matter what you feel about him, he's one of the greatest to ever do it. And Steph's already one of the greatest to ever do it. So really just enjoy and sit and just immerse yourself in this. This is going to be a great series, I think.
Yeah.
I really do. I mean, Klay Thompson says he's been waiting his whole career to play a Lakers team in the playoffs. Right? Wow. So, like, this is going to be fun to watch. And I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park for either team. No. I really don't. I think the Warriors right now are a 5-point favorite. I believe they're at home the first game. But, man, it's just the LeBron-Steph matchup is just, it's one of the greatest matchups we can get in a sport.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think this is a great example. Steph Curry and LeBron James are the two greatest basketball players of my generation.
Sure.
And I don't think that's debatable, to be honest. But they've done it in different ways. When you think of LeBron, what do you think of? Power, athleticism, unbelievable ability to play not even above the rim, but in a different stratosphere, but high IQ, right? Mm-hmm. Then you look at Steph, shooter, finesse, unbelievable body control, can hit crazy shots. It's the And One mixtape tour with him. High IQ. Two totally different body types, two totally different archetypes, but what do they share in common? They're unbelievably smart basketball players. I don't like what LeBron does off the court. I think he's about as fake as it gets off the court. And you can say stuff about flopping, but if you can't sit here and realize the greatness of LeBron James when he has that basketball in his hand, at his size and his ability to diagnose, dissect, and deliver, then you're blinding yourself through hatred. But I do love the way that Steph goes about his business other than when he told everybody to buy FTX. He told me that and then a Subway right after that.
It was a bunch of them.
I'm not holding Steph Curry accountable for that one.
But yeah, I mean, look, he's coming off the first 50-point Game 7 in history. You know, and with what the Lakers were able to do when they closed out their first round series, it's like, to me it's about Anthony Davis. I know we're excited about these two guys, but it's about Anthony Davis. Is this guy going to stay healthy for the entire series? And are we getting like a 30 and 15 guy? Or is Draymond Green and those guys going to figure out a way to solve the Anthony Davis
I don't
problem?
think the answer is Draymond Green. I think the answer is Kevon Looney.
Sure.
And Looney, he's not going to get 20 rebounds like he did against the Kings. I mean, he was an adult playing against children down low. They didn't have a 5. But this, Anthony's going to try and bring him out. That's what they're going to do. Anthony Davis is going to try and bring him out and beat him to the side. My question is, where does Draymond fit in all this? Because think about these matchups, right? Looney and Anthony Davis, everybody's going to be talking about. Steph Curry and LeBron James, the guards, that's what everybody's going to be talking about. But Draymond is kind of the different piece than what anybody else has. So, is he going to get kicked out of the game? When is he going to get kicked out of the game? But most importantly, is Draymond going to be the one, when all this craziness is going around, that facilitates? Because that, to me, is his biggest strength. What helps Klay Thompson and Steph Curry more than anything? Your 3, or when he plays the 4, can bring the ball up the court and run it really like a point guard. That's one of Draymond Green's strengths, and I think it allows Steph and Klay and those guys to run around. But don't forget about Austin Reeves. Don't forget about Austin Reeves in this one.
Yeah, I understand what you mean about Draymond Green's facilitation, but I think of him more of the tone setter, right? So even if Looney's mission is to, control Anthony Davis, you're still going to have situations off pick and roll where Draymond Green is going to be on Anthony Davis, and you need him to set the tone for the entire season.
Whose head is he getting in? So if you're Draymond going into the game tonight, Blaine, I'll ask you this. You're Draymond going into the game tonight, and you're looking at that Lakers roster. You're not getting in LeBron's head. You might as well just forget about that. Whose head are you getting into?
I'm probably going after D'Angelo Russell.
See, I agree with that.
I'm probably going after D'Angelo.
He just seems like he wants to collapse,
He wants to react.
man.
D'Angelo wants to react. And what is D'Angelo? He's the point guard. Right? So you can get into a point guard's head. You can affect a lot of things that happen with this team.
I think you're right.
But this series, like, Steph's going to ball. Obviously, LeBron's going to ball. Anthony Davis is going to be Anthony Davis. And I think Klay's going to ball, right? The Austin Reeves and Klay matchups is extremely interesting to me. But the one piece that no one really talks about who could make a difference in this is Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Andrew Wiggins sometimes, it's like almost that Harrison Barnes syndrome. Right?
He's a better version of Harrison
He'll
Barnes.
just
exactly
freak out some games. And it's going to come down to this team to who has the most pieces. I really think that's when Austin Reeves has been Austin Reeves is a problem, right? Right now, he's the best scorer on the Lakers basketball team. To be honest with you, if you look at me like this white kid's the best scorer on the Lakers basketball team.
You think he's a better scorer than LeBron right now?
Yeah. For sure. He leads the team right now in points in the playoffs.
He led him in the series against the Grizzlies.
Austin Reeves is a problem.
No, I'm not saying he's not, but I'll take LeBron.
Okay, I'm right now, I mean, for a face-up matchup, well, LeBron gets doubled most of the time, especially when he drives the paint. A lot of it has to do with LeBron driving and kicking, obviously, but Austin Reeves can go one-on-one with anybody. Does Klay Thompson show up? If Klay shows up, Austin Reeves shows up, LeBron shows up, Ant shows up, Steph shows up, here comes Andrew Wiggins. If Andrew Wiggins balls, that can be the difference.
We talked about this during the finals last year against the Celtics. Imagine being the Warriors, and Andrew Wiggins is a former number 1 overall pick.
Oh, I remember.
Imagine getting a former number 1 overall pick, and he doesn't even need to be one of the top 3 best players on your team. You think of Steph, Klay, and Draymond when it comes to the Warriors. You add that as a piece, and then let's see if Jordan Poole can shoot like he was shooting last year during the playoffs. That's why they're defending.
Who would you rather match up with Bron in this game? Draymond Green or Andrew Wiggins? If it's me, it's Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah, I want Draymond to worry about. LeBron's going to get his. Like, I'm not wasting my time trying to stop LeBron. That's not why the Lakers aren't winning because LeBron's scoring 50 points a night. The Lakers are winning because everybody's contributing and Anthony Davis is healthy. That's why they're winning. But regardless, it's going to be a great product. And when you have a great product, you need a great company to help sell it, which is why you need Shopify, the all-in-one commerce platform for starting, running, and growing your business. I get people asking me all the time that have started podcasts or that are having some success, that want to sell merch and do all these things. Jake, who do I need to hit up? Well, it's Shopify. And when you hear this beautiful sound that is given to us by the gods, congrats, you made another sale and you're probably rich. You can sign up right now for $1 per month. It's a trial at shopify.com/Crane. That's CRAIN, all lowercase. That's shopify.com/ lowercase CRAIN, to start selling online today. Shopify.com/Crane. They make it easy to sell to anyone from anywhere. Imagine all the resources and tools available for a large business available to you right now. You can customize your online store to your brand. They have 24/7 support. When I started the J-Boy Show before this happened, I had no idea what I was doing when it came to this. It took every ounce of my Steve Jobs technical knowledge to even get the audio on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, let alone sell merch.
Yeah.
I had no clue. Shopify made it so easy. It's like Michael Scott. Tell me like I'm 5. Now explain it to me like I'm 3. They explained it to me like I was 3. It was really easy. And look, you may be ahead of the game. You may know what's going on, but it's just really easy and it's very clean and it lets you worry about the content, not being able to have an apparatus to help sell your stuff or start to grow your brand. So it's Shopify, man, I'm telling you. Shopify.com/Crane, all lowercase CRAIN. It's a great company run by great human beings.
Let's hit it again here. It's a good sound.
Money, 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 money.
All right, quickly before we move to hockey, Knicks, Heat, Game 2. Have you guys heard anything about the status of either Jimmy Butler or Julius Randle?
Well, I think there's a lot better. I go back and forth with this, David, because I don't know. I'm not going to guess. They say the word question. Everybody's questionable. I was questionable when I woke up.
I'm doubtful too tonight.
Yeah. Well, you showed up this morning. That's all we need. The Heat, you've already stole one. So your normal line of thinking would be kind of like with the Joel Embiid situation. I know it's a little bit different. Look, Jimmy is our guy, all right? He's the reason. Let's be honest, for the Heat. He's the reason the Heat are here right now. You already stole one on the road. Why not sit him? Because now if you're the Knicks, we can't lose 2 at home. Like, this is absolute must-win territory. Now, if I find out Jimmy Butler's not playing and Julius Randle's playing, I'm dropping a bag on the Knicks tonight. I can go ahead and tell you. Because this goes back to my theory. You lose the first game at home, got to win the second one to be able to hang in there. I would think Julius Randle would play and Jimmy Butler wouldn't, but Jimmy Butler's a maniac, man. Jimmy Butler may say, no, I'm playing. And you know what? I respect it. But then you got to be able to sit down and say, listen, let's look to the future of this series. Okay, we've already stolen one. Let's be smart. I love the heart, but let's be smart. Don't put the horse before the cart.
Both of them are uncertain, right, when it comes to playing in this game. If anything, I'm the Heat. I'm sitting Jimmy Butler. All right, regardless. We still won on the road already. I need you to be ready to go at home.
I need 40.
All right, if it's me, Julius Randle, you got to get your ass out there, man. Like you got to win this one because you go down 0-2 and losing both games at home to the road to Miami.
It's done.
Good luck, buddy. It's going to be tough. But if neither of them play, right? If Butler doesn't play or Randle doesn't play, I think the Knicks have a better overall team.
They do,
especially with Tyler Hero being hurt than what the Heat have. I think Jimmy Butler's a lot more important to the Heat than what Julius Randle is to the Knicks. So if neither of them play, I like the Knicks in this game.
I'm going to be watching that like a hawk tonight, making some personals. I can't bet on it right now because I don't know. That would be me guessing. But
you're going to do some live betting tonight?
Man, not even live. I'm going to find out who's playing or not. If Jimmy Butler is not playing, then I don't care if Julius Randle's playing or not. I am going to put money on the Knicks to cover.
So right now it's Knicks -6.5.
Which that's probably going to go up if Jimmy doesn't play.
For sure. I better go to at least 9. I would think at least 9.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
That's a lot in the playoffs. The way the Heat.
Do I parlay it with maybe the under? Knicks money line and then parlay it with the under?
Like
Who knows? All right, let's get to NHL.
All right, NHL. The New Jersey Devils knock out the New York Rangers. Send them packing.
Get up off me.
Yeah. 4-0, man. Blanked them.
Look, I want to give a lot of credit to Schmidt, the goalie for the Devils. You gave up 5 goals the game before, and you'd been locked down before that. Kind of came out of nowhere. Great story. I think he was USHL. I think this is where he came from.
Okay.
Then you give up 5, right? The carrot turns into a pumpkin. So how do you answer? You come back and you shut him out. And I almost bet on, it was plus 1,000, the New Jerseys to hold the Rangers to 0. That's what they call it on the bet.
It was plus 2,000?
Plus 1,000. Plus 1,000. Almost put some money on that. But I'm happy for the Devils. Look, if you're the Rangers, the offense just fell off a cliff consistently, right? You know, you were hot early offensively, then it dipped off, then you scored those 5 goals the game before and thought, hey, man, we're back. Then you go back and kind of look at how those goals were scored. But the Devils, man, I got to give credit to Schmidt. I like this team. I mean, now you're at 52 wins. The Rangers in with 47, But I like New Jersey. This was a great series. I was really, really happy with how the early NHL playoffs have worked out, guys. And we got some more great games coming down the pipe.
Yeah.
37 saves by Schmidt, which is huge. And I thought the Devils tempo. First of all, the Devils are fast.
They are fast.
They can. Well, I know they can skate, but they can run. All right, when they get out, man, they're getting out. Yeah. And I think they really sped up the tempo of the Rangers.
They're young,
and they're young too. Yeah. And the Rangers really they sped the Rangers up. And the Rangers, even with the Rangers being an older team, which they are, really didn't know how to deal with the tempo change.
Yeah, and I've never pretended to try and be Barry Melrose when it comes to hockey, but there was a formation, a defensive formation, that the Devils were running against the Rangers for the better part of the series on the blue line toward the Devils' goal. That just like every time there's a breakaway from the Rangers, they would swoop in. It's not like the flying V off Mighty Ducks. That's offense. But there was I think it was maybe a 1-2 they were calling it. There's something the Devils are doing in the back that they're really good at. And I'm amazed in hockey how much being fast helps you in all things. But there's some sports where defensively fast sometimes doesn't matter that much. If physically you're just not bigger in football, they're going to run over you. They don't have to run by you. In basketball, they can back you down and put the ball in over you. They don't have to run by you. But in hockey, it's a little bit different. Speed translates defensively as much as it does offensively, in my opinion. That's
well, you know, I thought this was going to be a great series, and then New York went into Newark and stole those first two, and outclassed the Devils, I thought, too. And then all of a sudden we're thinking, okay, well, are they going to go back to Madison Square Garden and just sweep this thing? Devils go get 2 on the road. All of a sudden we have a series, ended up being 7 games. And last night, you know, Zibanejad was launching shots from the very get-go. And it was one of those early shots, I think it was in the first period, that Schmid just glove saved out of nowhere. And I was like, man, these boys are serious.
Well, it's got to be deflating, too.
Yeah.
Like, because you know that Schmidt's, you know, outside of one game, stuck it to you.
And tonight, now, we got Maple Leafs hosting the Panthers after that upset of the Bruins, and we got Stars hosting the Kraken.
Really love the Maple Leafs tonight. I think they're playing with house money now. You got through the first round. You're playing more free. You're at home. The atmosphere is going to be electric. They haven't been this excited in Toronto since Drizzy went back and dropped views from the 6. But I want to say the Panthers, a lot of people, and I love what the Panthers have done. This is not the same matchup that they just had with the Bruins. They had the Bruins number. This is a totally different style team. So don't get caught up in, hey, the Panthers beat the Bruins. Bruins won the President's Trophy, the most dominant regular season ever in the NHL. I think the Panthers stacked up against the Bruins better than they do against the Maple Leafs. And the Maple Leafs are playing with house money and freedom. It went from Andy Warhol to Jackson Pollock, and that's scary in hockey.
No doubt. Blaine, what do you think? 2 back-to-back Florida teams for the Maple Leafs here. They got the Lightning in round 1 and the Panthers in round 2.
Look, I know the Maple Leafs got out of the first round and everyone's like, okay, we're playing with house money. Nah, man, go win it. For some reason now, I just want y'all to win it. Because maybe it was the call we got yesterday. Just to seeing that excitement and the passion from that guy. Like, this
I'm not saying don't go win it. I'm talking about the pressure of what was the monkey that the Leafs had to get off their back?
They couldn't get out of the first round.
They couldn't get out of the first round. You look at the Sixers right now, they're doing the same thing with the Celtics. All right, they haven't got over that hump, but there's something about getting over that hump. It's like climbing over the mountain, right? Oh, there's so much snow. Oh, Gandalf, we should have went this way, man. Sauron, he's watching us. Then you get over it, beautiful meadow, beautiful women running around, animals, rainbows, double rainbows, pot of gold, leprechaun, unicorns, things like that. Happiness. Freedom. You play with a sense of freedom, right? I feel like the Leafs may score 7 goals tonight. Just one. Just remember I said it.
7 goals.
7.
Remember I said it.
A lot.
It could.
It's a touchdown.
It
Look,
could.
we've seen it before.
All right.
Let's see.
Let's go to Heartbroken Hog. All right, he wants to know. A lot of people are calling Steph the GOAT point guard, the GOAT point guard after that Game 7 performance.
Of all time?
Of all time. What do y'all think?
The way Steph can play the 1 or the 2.
That's what's so funny. I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah, he can play the 1 or the 2. I would rather have Steph Curry as my shooting guard than I would my point guard. I would rather have Magic Johnson as my point guard.
It's so interesting because I think of him the same way, Blaine. I mean, you weigh in here too, but it's like, yes, he brings the ball up the floor most of the time, and he's a great facilitator as well. But do you think of him as more of a traditional 2? I mean, him working off of ball screens is how I think of
That's
Steph
how I
Curry,
think of Steph.
more than like a Kyrie Irving with the ball in his hand, driving and dish.
You got a good point, but he's labeled as a point guard.
Sure.
Right? So when it comes to the history books, right, he's going to be a what? he's going to be labeled as a 1. Okay? So when you compare it to the best ones, all right, who are the best ones? Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
Isaiah
John
Thomas.
Stockton.
Allen Iverson.
AI, John Stockton. If it's me, guys, and I had to pick a 1, all right, and this is the only option I had to pick, was Steph Curry. I'm taking Steph over all those guys.
I don't disagree with you. It depends on the rest of the team you put around him. And Jake made this point throughout the season with Russell Westbrook. I mean, Russell Westbrook is a very, very talented 1. He can do a lot of things, but not if you pair him in the wrong situation with a LeBron James, who also sort of wants to be ball dominant.
It's hard for me, okay? It's just really hard for me to say someone's a great point guard who can get paired with LeBron James and gets worse, right? That doesn't make sense to me. Like it does. Like, is he a worse point guard now? He's with the Clippers, since he's with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, who are both ball dominant. But
no.
When you play with great players, most great players are ball dominant.
Yes. That's why what the Heat did was so impressive. And now it's different with Chris Bosh when you look at D Wade and LeBron. But let's be honest, LeBron and D Wade weren't true point guards. The problem with Russell Westbrook and LeBron is Russell Westbrook's game is built off pure opportunity. That's what it is. When Russell Westbrook was cooking at OKC, right, getting all those triple-doubles, why was he getting all those triple-doubles? Because he was the main focus with the ball every single play. Now, that doesn't mean he was taking every shot. What happens with LeBron is you say, all right, LeBron, you can bring the ball up the court, we'll run it through you. Westbrook can't operate if it doesn't run through him. Look at what he did with the Clippers. When was Russell Westbrook's best game with the Clippers? Best games. Oh, it was when Kawhi and Paul George weren't on the floor. Why not? Now it's a little bit different with Kawhi. I think Kawhi and LeBron go about their business different. Paul George is a scorer. He's not truly a ball dominant. I'm going to get the ball and drive the whole game. That's not who Paul George is. And Westbrook is kind of an anomaly in himself because he does everything, right? And he's not a great shooter. You cannot put somebody off the ball that is not a good shooter. LeBron is a good enough shooter to be able to play off the ball and be effective. D-Wade's a good enough shooter to play off the ball and be effective. So is Kawhi and so is Paul George. But Russell Westbrook is not a great shooter. Russell Westbrook has never been a great shooter. He is a slasher, he is a driver, and he is a disher. That's who Russell Westbrook is, and an incredible athlete. And it's not just being ball dominant, it's the identity of the player who is ball dominant. If Russell Westbrook could shoot at a really high clip, he could play with anybody. That's fine. But you can't be a slasher that can't shoot and be a ball dominant guy and go blow it out of the water like you did when you were with a guy like LeBron James. It's just not going to work.
Let's put that team together real quick, Blaine, because you would have Michael Jordan at the 2, right? I'd put Shaquille O'Neal at the 5. You can talk about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and all these guys. You're putting Shaq at the 5, which then means are you going to play LeBron? Are you going to play LeBron at the 3 and then have a true power forward, someone like a Tim Duncan at the 4 or a Dirk Nowitzki who can stretch out or something, or play LeBron at the 4 and then have someone like Larry Bird at the 3 or a KD or something.
I'm going Steph. I'm going Mike. I'm going Bron. I'm going KD. I'm going Shaq.
So you would put Kevin Durant as the forward. You would play Kevin Durant as the 4.
Yes.
Okay,
See,
for all-time great team.
I'm close to you. I'll go Magic, Michael, Larry, LeBron, and Shaq.
So I love both of those teams. And the question then is, whichever one you're putting together, I agree with you, Blaine. It's never a bad thing to have a guy at the point who can also make a bunch of shots.
Yeah.
Or more than that, be the greatest shooter of all time, which I think Steph Curry is, especially because you don't lose anything with facilitation. Like, Steph Curry can dish as well as Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
So the thing is, I agree with Jake, too, though. You could put Magic at that 1, and that may play even better with someone like a Michael Jordan who's going to want the ball a lot, or if you're playing LeBron at the 3, especially if you're putting Kevin Durant at that team.
And Magic could go in there and get rebounds. Magic's a big guy playing point. I want big guys.
6'9".
Big guys that can shoot. I'm rolling up there 6'9", 6'6", 6'7", 6'9", 8 foot.
That's the question.
It's always great to look, size is always great. But it's a lot harder to be 6'9" and run around with Steph Curry for 4 quarters.
Yeah, true.
Especially with the guy who's shooting at a clip from 3 like that.
That's true, but I would rather just be able to back a guy down and be 6'9" and just bully you.
Well, that's when you get into, even you saw it
Well,
yesterday.
that's...
When you get into the playoffs, you see what? you see zone defense. What did the Sixers run the entire time versus Celtics? A zone defense, right? So look, when it comes to that, I'm not bodying up Steph with Magic Johnson. We're about to run the hell out of zone again.
That's fine. I can still find a way. It's just like football. It's zone until it's man. Like it's not like zone. Oh, he's driving. I'm gonna get off and just stay in my zone and let him drive right by. No, he drives in my zone. You're taking him. I can back you down. But we got to understand the difference between backing somebody down and running somebody off screens is one of those people can get in foul trouble, because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to take Steph to the rack. I'm trying to get him to foul me, so you got to take him out. You can run around and do all this stuff, and that's great. That's great. You'll probably make a lot of shots, but it's going to be tough for you to make shots when your ass is sitting over there on the bench with 4 fouls in the third quarter.
So I think I would take Steph at the 1, Michael Jordan at the 2, and with those two shooters already, I think I would take either Larry Bird at the 3 and put LeBron at the 4 with Shaq at the 5, or have LeBron play the 3 and get someone like Giannis to play the 4, because you already have those shooters out there. I don't know if I want to get Kevin Durant.
It always gets to the argument like 3 is worth more than 2. All right, that's like, would you want big bodies or do you want better spacing?
I want both.
Because sooner or later, like, you're going to have to defend, all right? And if you have a huge 4 and a huge 5, it's just tough to defend nowadays, because even 1 through 4 can shoot threes well.
Yeah. All right, let's go to It's Mid. You ready?
Ooh, yes, let's do it.
Yes. I need to find out what's mid this week.
Well, apparently there's a...
Is it all categories? Is it an all categorical It's Mid today?
Yeah, it is. No, it is. It is. A lot of things.
We got Laura B's beef jerky over there. It's so fantastic.
Laura B's beef jerky?
Ooh, yeah. Can I get one?
Here, you want some?
We need to talk about.
Oh, Laura B. Also, we need Laura B. to send in some more of the white guns up hats.
I don't know what happened to them.
Blaine stole the white guns up hats. It was a fan favorite, Laura B.
Dave, we made an agreement as men.
Yeah, we made an agreement to timeshare the white guns up hat, Laura B. And then he went and got it dirty. I don't want to wear it anymore.
Look, blame Indy. All right. Smith, everybody, run the graphic. To start it off, I'm going to need everybody to listen, okay? Everybody's hands who were on that paintball gun I used. Didn't know someone gave me the same gun that tried to kill Harvey Dent in a courtroom when he was trying to arrest a Falcone crime family. All right? But this got me thinking about exactly whose hands were on it before I got it. Just like the Hardy Boys, I got a clue. This person's paintball I got first was out of town, all right? And he's a huge Michael Jordan fan and hates LeBron James.
Oh, boy.
Strike 1, all right? Justine Turley got it second, and that's an automatic strike. Because the day before she said it 1, I was frustrating to work with, and 2, let's face it, she's always up to something, all right? Strike 2. And the last one, which might be the most important, the last person's hand it went through is somebody who's not only a huge Red Sox fan, but also got mopped up by my brother in fantasy in the days leading up to the draft.
Yay, yay!
All right? And what's a better way to get than to take a shot at one in the family? So Davies, Turley, Ejefe, you're mid.
Oh, my goodness. These excuses over here.
Deserved, David. Collusion, father. Collusion. All right.
You missed. Your aim's off.
I didn't
you ruined
miss.
young NASCAR's
Someone
name.
Cheated me.
Look, you smurfed young NASCAR.
It's my fault, because if you're going to get a paintball gun, you should buy American. All right. Second on the list, superficial relationships.
The range of this is ridiculous.
Yeah, welcome to It's Mid. That's it. Great. All right. Shallow relationships with many people can be, take your energy out. It can be draining. All right. And it's always important to prioritize deeper connections with those who truly matter. All right. I always like sayings, and Conor McGregor has one, but I always live by one that's dear to my heart. All right, saying it's not about how many friends you can count, but how many friends you can count on. All right, you don't have to be the coolest guy at the party or even the loudest. Just be yourself. And at the end of the day, if that's not good enough, everybody else can screw off. And at the end of the day, all right, this last one, I'm a Houdini this thing. Cyberbullying. All right, today I'm going to share some tips on how not to get cyberbullied. 1, get your phone and close it, okay? 2, this is a laptop, all right? If you're getting cyberbullied, show this neat trick. Close it. Quit whining. Jesus. Look, there's not much I can tell you that's cyberbullying. 1, social media is toxic, all right? If you're going to social media and getting your feelings hurt, 1, you can block people and you can even report them to a platform. If not, get off of it. Quit crying about being bullied on computers, all right? My generation, I swear, millennials are the worst. We're lazy, terrible work ethic. We're not getting married. I can't tell if a man's a woman's a man, if a tree's a dog, or a dog's so close that maggots are on top of dragons. All right? But at the end of the day, if you're getting cyber bullied, it's really easy. Close whatever technology you have and go outside.
Yes.
Thank you.
Good job, man.
Gee.
Wow, well
I
done,
love that
man.
segment. I love that
Didn't
segment.
love it. It was
Yeah,
fine.
whatever, Turley. I know you're up to something.
Okay.
Man, I'm just in here with the chat right now. I'm loving this, man.
I will be now.
Are you able to read it?
Yeah, I mean, Navy vet said he's going to Fordham's Farmhouse for lunch. He's in Statesboro. You gotta love that, man.
That sounds like a great place.
They're saying, Blaine, you're the definition of mid today.
Good.
You know.
That's what we like to hear.
Yeah.
Good. Another satisfied
Is
customer.
there any positive in there, or is it just all negative? The fact that it's taking this
Aladdin?
long to read is
Get outside. Yes, from Kanye
It should be
Ron.
pointy
It's
at the
mid,
top.
Deacon and Nora.
pointy's more scary.
Huh?
Pointy at the top. Can't be round. No one's scared of it being round.
All right, let's get to some reactions before we get back to the Movie
here.
Club.
I'll help you up. Come on.
Perfect time. How about that? Don't need it anymore.
Oh, man. All right.
Bring me a robot. I'll slap it in the face. Throw some water on it.
All right, boys. Let's see. What do we have here? First up for reactions. The state of Ohio has halted sports betting on Alabama baseball after suspicious activity. They said the acceptance of any wagers on Alabama baseball is banned effective immediately.
This is very, very.
Now,
they
what
don't
happened
do
with
this
this?
for no reason. And this is very specific just to Alabama. This isn't, hey, the algorithm's messed up in college baseball. We're not taking any college baseball bets. This is very, very interesting. And I don't want to accuse anybody of anything nefarious right now because there's not enough information. But this is the type situation. I don't know what's going on in Alabama right now, but you look at the whole basketball situation, a player that was coming in too just got arrested with weed and I believe there was a gun in the vehicle. Now the Alabama deputy director of athletics just got arrested as well. Then you have this coming out. And people say, oh, you're an Auburn fan. No, I am, but the proof's in the pudding, man. This is a bad look. But I want to let all the information come out on this because I know what they're doing. There's only one reason they come out with a statement like that. Somebody's shaving points. They think.
Yeah.
They think. Now, is it true? I don't know. It's allegedly, I'm not going to say it. But the fact it's gotten to the point that they're not letting you bet on it anymore lets me know that they know something.
So an emergency order was issued in response to a report from an independent integrity monitor. On Friday, U.S. Integrity, a Las Vegas-based firm that monitors the betting markets, and this is state to state, right? Because there's no federal blanket situation here, issued an alert to its sportsbook clients regarding suspicious wagering activity involving the Alabama and LSU game.
Again, I'm not going to accuse anybody of anything, but if there is a sport that is easier to shave points or fix, it is baseball. It is baseball. But again, this is alleged. Oh yeah, just ask the Black Sox. If this turns out to be true, this is possibly program killing. There was an issue at Auburn. Auburn had, God, I forgot what year this was. I forgot his name. A boy was shaving points in basketball. And they ended up just going after the individual. So if this is one individual, you get rid of the individual, it's a bad look. But if it is a connected thing where multiple people know about it within the program, I know it's Alabama and nobody's saying they're going to kill football or anything like that, but that is something where instantly everybody's fired. And that is a clean house, clean slate situation. And just,
Well, let's see. I'm sure more
I hope it's a
will come out.
misunderstanding.
Yeah.
I hope it's a misunderstanding.
Yeah, let's hope so. All right, we have another situation here of a man winning championships in women's sports, this time in cycling. So a trans cyclist picks up the overall victory in the Tour of the Gila. This is Austin Killups, and this Tour of the Gila is a 5-stage bicycle race in New Mexico. It's sort of an iconic race around the country, and this guy is the champion.
Look at the y'all know how I feel about this. That dude's a coward. I mean, I'll tell him to his face. I could care less. Why are the two women on the podium who finished second and third standing there smiling? This is half the problem. I wouldn't go on the podium. There is no podium. That is a guy that's competing in cycling, which we know there's a biological advantage for males in cycling. Right? You have to be Bill Nye the Science Guy to figure that one out. I don't know how you as a man, because you are a man, will sit up on that podium and smile like you've actually accomplished something. You haven't accomplished anything. You started pretending to be a girl and went and beat girls' sports. We used to have a name for that, but I'm not going to say it on here. What makes me sick, here's what I don't understand. If I'm one of the girls, I'll just get on a motorcycle.
A lot of the females.
No, I'll just get on a motorcycle.
A lot of the female competitors came out in support of it. They care more about this
then you
person's
deserve to have your sport ruined then.
And that's what.
And I won't feel sorry for you specifically. Now, that's not in every sport that this is happening. But if you're that stupid, then you know what? It's natural selection, buddy. It'll take care of yourself. You shouldn't have been competing anyway if you're that dumb. Second off, why would I not just identify as a motorcyclist and just take a motorcycle to it? If you're going to let a guy, if we're going to have unfair advantages, then why don't I just get on a motorcycle or a dirt bike? Because I identify as a dirt bikelist or a motorcyclist.
Dirt bike list.
And I'll just do the whole thing. And I have to win.
That needs to be a meme.
And I have to win. Okay? Like it's La La Land. But if the women in the sport, and I've gotten to this point, if the women in the sport aren't going to defend themselves, all right, because there are, we have people in the other women's sports that are trying to defend themselves. But if y'all aren't going to do it, then it's going to get taken over, and it's your fault. And South Park made fun of this a long time ago.
Well, one has. Her name is Hannah Arnsman, and she has actually retired from cycling now because she has lost to not only Killups, who actually pushed her down in one of the races that was in December.
No, see, if I'm her brother, I'm beating your ass after that.
But retired from racing because she finished another race in fourth place where third and fifth were both a male cyclist
I'm pretty sure he won this race by 89 seconds.
It was significant.
You pushed my sister down or my fiance down?
He won by 89 seconds, and he won like $30,000 or something like that.
I don't know the prize.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he won somewhere along there. It's the thing with me. All transgender males should be banned from women's sports. I mean, and you're starting to see that in a lot of states now. And two, if the women aren't going to do it, we'll do it. Because if y'all aren't smart enough to do it, I'm more worried about the little girls growing up to play sports. That's who I want to have the opportunity, because they don't get to say much, right? They're not adults, and a lot of people won't hear them because they're children. But we got to protect the girls growing up to come play sports, because at the end of the day, if we don't stop this now, it's like gangrene, man. All right, if you don't cut off the arm, it's going to spread. And that's, it's going to be your entire body. So women, if y'all too scared to hurt someone's feelings, that's fine. We'll step in and do it, because the daughters out here. David, I want Ava to have a chance to play sports.
I know, and that's why I want to point out what Hannah Arnsman said here as she was retiring. She said, I feel for young girls learning to compete and who are growing up in a day when they no longer have a fair chance at being the new record holders and champions in cycling because men want to compete in our division. I have felt deeply angered, disappointed, overlooked, and humiliated that the rule makers of women's sports do not feel it is necessary to protect women's sports to ensure fair competition for women anymore.
Yeah.
And one more thing on this, on Austin Killups, only took up cycling in 2019. Only took up cycling in 2019, and is sponsored by the Amy D Foundation. That's his sponsor, the Amy D Foundation, which is a nonprofit that encourages and supports young women in cycling. The Amy
It's
D
backwards,
Foundation.
man. It's just all backwards.
And all this crap about it's anti-trans, acting like, trans people can't live if they're not allowed to play in sports with they identify. Let me go and explain something. Nobody is threatening anybody's right to exist. Nobody is threatening. You guys use that term to try and scare and fearmonger people when we're just talking about men and women's sports. That's not refusing anybody's right to exist. Actually, in reality, the only people who's it's messing up's right to exist is women in women's sports, if we're going to be honest. So all this anti-trans BS that these people push, I don't care how you dress up. I don't care if you want to pretend to be a dinosaur or a 6-year-old. It doesn't matter to me. This isn't about existing. It's about women's sports existing, all right? And your manliness is screwing it up. It just, man, I just tell you what, it's going to take, I'm getting to the point where it's going to take something bad to happen for this to change. It's going to take something bad to happen. I'm to the point. I mean, that's just, it is what it is, man.
You would think Fallon Fox breaking Jaws would have been.
No, it's going to take I'm just telling you, because I'll tell you what I'd do if my sister or my fiance was out there on a bicycle and some dude dressed up pretending to be a girl pushed her down on a bicycle during a race. Like, I tell you what I'd do, and it may be a little bit different, whatever. It makes me sick.
On a lighter note here, do we have the video of the dad with his daughter catching the baseball? Here we go.
Oh, this is
Did
great.
you guys see this one?
Yeah, this
No,
is
I've
great.
not seen that.
Play this one. Foul ball here.
Dad's making plays.
Nice.
Oh,
Yes,
look at that.
Pops, come on now.
So he needs a key to the city.
A beverage.
I mean, look,
A baby.
baseballs, beers, and baby. Yeah.
Let's go.
You know what? That's what a man looks like.
Run it again.
That's a man right there, not Austin Killups, who actually is a man but pretends he's not.
I'm going to be honest, man. I don't know if I'm going for that ball. With the daughter and the
I don't know
harness,
if he had,
man,
I don't
I
know
think
if
I'm
he had-
turning away.
Look, you getting that decision? Look, that thing gets on you quick, Dave.
Yeah.
I know,
That
but
ball
hey,
gets
y'all
on
going to
you
have to
quick.
get this one. I'm turning.
Look,
I'm
it's either
stealing
like
it.
how much do you trust them hands? All right. I'm a
Look.
big trust with them. Like at the end of the day, how much do you trust those mitts you got?
That is true, because if you leave it up to someone else, it may ricochet.
Yeah.
You may be
Yeah.
a worse
Well, the
situation.
good part-
You know what? Get out of the way. Let
well,
me
the
just
good part
catch
about
it.
you is you can catch it while it's still going up.
Wow. So that's a height joke.
yeah,
for him.
it is. He's a heightist.
Yeah. So
No, I'm not. How
so
dare you.
no goaltending because it's still going up.
No.
Basically.
No, it's clean. Homer. Automatic Homer.
That's not as easy as it looks.
No, not at all.
Like that's the you have a baby too.
You're rocking the baby Bjorn?
Sign him up.
Come on now, 10-day.
Come on, a little 10-day contract.
10-day
Looks like he still play.
Come on,
Look, he
man.
looks like he's got a swing on him.
Yeah, I believe it.
I love it.
All right, let's go to the Booster Club while I go to the board.
Mad Veg, men and women's sports just continue to blow my mind. I went to high school and college in the late 2000s or early 2010s, and it would have been seen as wrong back then. This would have never flown at my high school, buddy. I promise you that.
No, see, here's the thing. You would have gotten made fun of so mercilessly that you would have never even thought to attempt it. Like, that's a thought that wouldn't even enter my mind, because it's like, would you know what would happen the minute you walked in that school? And I would, if a man did try to play women's sports, I'm telling you right now, I would bully you. I would bully you.
What do you mean by bully?
I would tell you what I think about you, call you a coward, make sure you didn't go in the women's locker room, point and laugh at you in the lunchroom when you got done with practicing against girls. I would bully you 100%.
Not physically, right?
No, not physically.
Does bullying come with a physical connotation?
Not the best kind.
No. I feel like it's more of like mental's a funner game to play.
Yeah.
Right? Physically, it's too easy.
Yeah.
Right? It's too, but if I'm doing mental gymnastics around you, I want you to think about it when you're going to bed.
Yeah.
Right? I want you to think about it. That's how you get better.
Golly, talk about cyberbullying.
This is the problem. No. Look,
We're talking about men and women's
cyberbullying-
sports,
No,
Dave.
yeah,
This is
I'm talking about,
hypothetical.
look,
I'm not talking about Ron
we
Schmelman, the
need-
mathematician.
Look, we need bullying, right? Look at us now. No one, kids are furries now. Like, they're putting dog masks on and jumping around acting like dogs. That would have never happened. You know why? Because those kids got bullied and it forced them to do what?
Yeah.
Grow up.
So it's like your best friend, right?
Diesel, look, could barely run. Oh, skip a step, right? Was an over, like, we called him Diesel because he was fat, right? Now, bench 340 the other day.
Skinny and a lawyer.
40?
Right? A lawyer. Like, bull your friends into success.
Yes.
All right? Like, if you
Motivate them, then.
if you really love them,
Well, that's it. Bullying's another term.
if
for
you
motive.
really love them,
They're just synonymous?
yeah, if you really love them, all right? Like, that's the difference between guys and girls, I think.
Yes.
Guys will tell you what the problem is right now. Like, we'll look at Victor like, you're fat, right?
You'd be like, no, if
You're
he'd be like,
fat.
guys, am I fat? You'd be
Yeah,
like, yeah.
yeah, you are. Like, girls will lie to your face.
Yeah.
All right? They play the long game, the long con. Shrek could walk in like, no, sweetie, you look great.
Yeah.
You look great. If that was
You're
us, like, no,
glowing.
you're fat and hideous. You need to get on the treadmill, right? And with it forces you to respond. It's not because it's out of a bad place. It's because I love you.
Yeah. Yeah. And like in your men and women's sports, you deserve to be bullied. Come on. Our Booster Club bets are brought to you by our friends at DraftKings. Download the app now and sign up with code BOOSTER, BOOSTER. New customers can make a $5 bet and score $150 in bonus bets instantly. That's only at DraftKings Sportsbook with code BOOSTER, BOOSTER. All right, here's what we got today. Going college baseball. 1-1 yesterday.
Tones won the month. What are you talking about?
1-1 yesterday. 1-1 yesterday. Want to give a shout out to the Devils. Get up off me. But tonight, college baseball. I'm going LSU, Arkansas, and Tennessee. Midweek games, a little nervy, but I like the matchups. LSU, I think, is going to Southeast Louisiana. Come on, Rafino. I know it's a mixed message here for you tonight, but I need LSU. That's plus 129. And then the Leafs and the Stars, both the money line at plus 149. Come on, let's have a good, it's wedding month. It's wedding month.
It is wedding month.
Pepper needs new shorts.
Man, I like that Maple Leaf Stars pick. I'm going to take the Maple Leafs as well, even though that didn't work out for me in game 1 of the first round. I'm going to take Maple Leafs, but I'm going to pair it with each team over a goal and a half. So minimum 2 goals there from both teams. That's plus 140. And then I want the Diamondbacks and Rangers Nerfy. No runs in the first inning, minus
The
135.
Nerfy train, all aboard the Nerfy.
It's back, baby. Surprise, surprise. You taking a Nerfy?
I am.
Actually,
Take
it's
a couple
back.
Nerfies today.
D-backs
as well.
Rangers.
Give me the Braves, Marlins. Acuna's not playing today, right?
No.
They hit him. Dropped the tank, then they hit him. Nerfy, minus 110. Give me the Yankees and the Indians. Let's make sure we get that right. The Indians, also Nerfy. GC on the mound. That's going off at minus 120.
Ace Cone. He's going to take the Stars money line and the under 7.5. I love this bet at minus 115. Then he's going to go Warriors money line and the Heat plus 12.5. That's at a spicy plus 104.
Spicy.
Spicy.
All right, a couple things here. Cole Frank, $5 donation. Appreciate it, Cole. Hashtag Guys Creating Company. Who will win the Stanley Cup this year with all the last 15 winners out?
I tell you, man, I hope the Leafs win it. I'm just to that point.
Yeah.
I'm
Big
to the
Austin
point.
Matthews
I'm
fan?
kind of with Blaine. Well, I loved watching the Cubs finally win it. I love watching the Red Sox finally win it. I want to see the Leafs win. I just like those stories. It's like the ecosystem, right? You know, it's like there's an animal. Oh, the animal dies, but then the scavengers come and eat the animal, and it helps them, and the rest of the animal goes into the soil, and the plants grow. It's just like it just makes the sports ecosystem better. It's just giving back, you know.
I like the Maple Leafs, man, but I'm going to have to ride with the Canes at least until
No,
they
I
get
picked
put
the
out.
Canes, but
Canes Devils here, round 2. Starts tomorrow night, I believe. Can't wait.
Me neither.
All right,
Canes.
King Don Sobek, he wants everybody to know he couldn't call in, and he doesn't know if he'll be able to call in this week, but his call sign is King of Don.
I like that.
Look, we're going to have to remember that. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if I will. All right, let's go to poll.
Poll already?
Is Blaine using, we got 4 minutes. Is Blaine using the chat for trivia cheating?
Yes.
For sure.
95%.
95?
94.
How is that cheating?
I believe in you.
I'm not looking anything
Oh,
up.
is it cheating?
That
I thought
I'm
they were
using the
asking,
chat for
are
trivia.
you looking
Wait,
at the
oh.
chat? You
Is
asked
it
that
cheat-
question wrong.
Okay, is it cheating, right, to use the chat for
Okay.
trivia?
I would say, yeah,
is
that's a
it
totally different
cheating?
question. I would say yes, 66%.
Yes. 64%.
Yes, 77%.
God, I think I'm like 4-0 in my last 4.
23%. That's fine, chat.
It is, man.
Fine.
You got
No. That's fine. That's fine. I just want to do it. Y'all just won't have any say at all at it at all. That's fine. I'll close it all down. I'll turn off the screen. I just won't ask y'all any questions. Navy Vet 09 wants you to know, Dave, that she is a female,
Oh.
not a him.
Wow.
Watch yourself.
I do need to watch myself.
right.
And what are you getting at Fordham's farmhouse, Nick?
I'm not here to talk about my transition.
What's Fordham's Farmhouse? I never eaten there.
Fordham's farmhouse, man. That's the spot in Statesboro. Go get a meat and 3, Blaine.
There's nothing like a solid meat and 3. I haven't had a solid meat and 3 up here, to be honest.
Well, come on.
Have you ate anywhere the
Come on
solid
to
meat and 3 up
Statesboro.
here?
Yeah, we were talking about that place the other day, remember?
No, I don't. What were we talking about?
It was on the show.
What was it?
You were saying it had the best meat and 3 in Nashville.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
He lied.
Apparently, the Babylon Bee came out of video exactly what we were talking about. Do we like? Question here, Jake. Who's the best team in baseball right now? College.
In college, give me LSU.
Not South Carolina?
No, Auburn took 2 out of 3 this weekend. Almost swept them.
Couldn't believe
But now
it.
LSU looked. Dylan Cruz hit like 5.
What were you saying the Babylon Bee did?
They made a video of kind of this about the cyclist. I'm pretty sure. I'm kind of like what we were talking about. Like a brother doing something. Or
Yeah.
Apparently, the Babylon Bee made a video just like that. So, I like the Babylon Bee. I think the Babylon Bee's funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
It is.
All right, do we have any more donors? Or
No, that's it.
All right. Appreciate you guys. Make sure you subscribe. Got a great show for you tomorrow. We got live call-ins tomorrow. Enjoy the watching tonight, whether it's NHL, whether it's NBA, college baseball, however you get down. Make sure you hit up all our sponsors. They're fantastic. Good Ranchers, Spotify, DraftKings, the whole group, Genucel, everybody. It's great causes, great products by great people. And like the chances of the Rangers winning the Stanley Cup, we're going. Gone.